Hazrat Umar ibn al-Khattab was a very important leader. He was the second caliph in Islam. In the year 637 CE, he traveled to Jerusalem. The city had been under Byzantine rule. The people of Jerusalem heard he was coming. Patriarch Sophronius was the Christian leader there. He went to meet Caliph Umar. Umar's arrival was remarkably peaceful and simple. He showed great respect for the city. This was a significant moment for all. Caliph Umar made a special promise to the people. This promise is known as the Covenant of Umar. It was a promise of safety and freedom. It said Christians would be safe. Their lives and their property were protected. Their churches would not be damaged or taken. No one would be forced to change their religion. They could worship God in their own way. This was a very fair and just agreement. It showed great understanding and true tolerance. Hazrat Umar was known for his great humility. He did not wear fancy clothes or act like a king. He arrived in Jerusalem wearing simple garments. He walked beside his attendant, who sometimes rode the camel. When he reached the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, a famous Christian holy site, Patriarch Sophronius invited him inside to pray. However, Umar politely declined this kind offer. He chose to pray outside the church instead. His reason was very thoughtful and forward-thinking. He worried that if he prayed inside the church, some Muslims in the future might try to turn it into a mosque. They might say Umar prayed here. By praying outside, he protected the church. He ensured it would remain a Christian holy place. His actions set a powerful example. It showed deep respect for other faiths. It laid a foundation of peace for Jerusalem. Palestine holds immense importance for Muslims. It is a land of many prophets. Jerusalem in particular is a very sacred city. It is home to Al-Aqsa Mosque. This is the third holiest site in Islam. Muslims believe Prophet Muhammad journeyed here. This was during his night journey known as Isra and Miraj. From Jerusalem, he ascended to the heavens. The Dome of the Rock also stands there. It is a beautiful and significant shrine. Muslim rulers showed great respect for other religions. They protected the holy places of Christians and Jews. The Covenant of Umar was a clear example. It guaranteed religious freedom for Christians. Jewish communities also found a measure of peace. They were allowed to return to Jerusalem. They could worship at their sacred sites. This period saw different faiths living side by side. There was a spirit of coexistence. People practiced their beliefs without fear. Life in Palestine under early Muslim rule was generally harmonious. Culture and learning began to flourish greatly. Scholars from different backgrounds came together. They shared knowledge and ideas. Cities like Jerusalem, Ramla, and others grew. They became centers of administration and trade. New buildings were constructed, reflecting Islamic architecture. Agriculture also prospered in the fertile lands. People from diverse groups contributed to society. This made life rich and vibrant. For many centuries, Palestine experienced relative stability. There was a strong emphasis on justice in governance. Muslim leaders often tried to follow fair principles. This helped maintain peace among different communities. Christians, Jews, and Muslims interacted daily. They shared aspects of their cultures. This long period of harmony left a lasting legacy. It showed that different faiths could live together. They could build a thriving society based on mutual respect. At the end of the 11th century, a new period began. Armies from Europe, called Crusaders, marched towards the east. They had different motivations for this journey. Some sought religious redemption by capturing Jerusalem. Others were looking for land and fortune. Pope Urban II had called for this crusade. He urged knights and soldiers to go to the Holy Land. Their journey was long and often brutal. They aimed to take control of Jerusalem. In the summer of 1099, the Crusaders reached Jerusalem. They laid siege to the ancient city. After many weeks of fighting, they broke through the walls. The conquest of Jerusalem was violent. It was very different from Umar's peaceful entry. The Crusaders showed little mercy to the inhabitants. Many Muslims and Jews living in the city were killed. The streets were filled with sorrow and bloodshed. This event marked a dark chapter in the city's history. After capturing Jerusalem, the Crusaders established several states. These were known as the Crusader states or Latin kingdoms. They built large castles and fortifications across Palestine. These structures were symbols of their rule. European nobles became the new rulers. They imposed their own systems of law and governance. The local population, both Muslim and Christian Arabs, faced many changes. Life became difficult for those not aligned with the new powers. The period of Crusader rule lasted for nearly 2 centuries. It was a time of frequent conflict. Muslim leaders in the region tried to resist. They wanted to reclaim the lands taken by the Crusaders. There were many battles and skirmishes. The cultural landscape also changed. The Crusaders brought their European customs and architecture. However, the desire for liberation remained strong. People longed for a return to justice and peace. This set the stage for new leaders to emerge. A great Muslim leader emerged during this time. His name was Salahuddin Ayubi, known in the West as Saladin. He was of Kurdish origin and rose to prominence. He became the Sultan of Egypt and Syria. Salahuddin was known for his bravery and wisdom. He was also known for his deep faith. He had a strong desire to unite Muslim forces. His main goal was to liberate Jerusalem. He worked hard to achieve this noble aim. The Battle of Hattin in 1187 was a major turning point. Salahuddin's forces faced the Crusader armies. His brilliant military strategy trapped the Crusaders. They were suffering from heat and thirst. The Crusader army was decisively defeated. Many of their leaders were captured. This victory was very significant. It weakened the Crusader states greatly. It opened the path for Salahuddin to march towards Jerusalem. This battle changed the course of history. Later that same year, in 1187, Salahuddin recaptured Jerusalem. His entry into the city was remarkable. It stood in stark contrast to the Crusader conquest. Salahuddin showed great mercy and restraint. There was no widespread killing or destruction. He allowed the Christian inhabitants to leave peacefully. Many were able to ransom themselves for a small sum. Those who could not pay were often pardoned. He treated the defeated with dignity and fairness. Salahuddin's treatment of all people was just. He respected the holy sites of all faiths. Christian churches were protected. He allowed Christian pilgrims to visit their holy places. Jewish people were also welcomed back to Jerusalem. Salahuddin's actions earned him respect even from his enemies. He restored a sense of order and justice. Palestine, under his leadership, once again became a place where different faiths could find peace. His legacy continues to inspire many people today.